It's week 9 in the NFL, and you're not sure the quarterback to start to win your matchup? Well, don't worry. SI's fantasy analyst Michael Fabiano is here to break down the QBs that can make all the difference in winning or losing. Fabs, who should fantasy managers start this week?
But how good has Justin Herbert been? This kid has been a godsend for fantasy owners. Looking at his numbers, 21 plus fantasy points in every game but one this season. He's the second highest scoring quarterback on a points per game basis, Kaitlin, since week 4. The matchup this week is very good as well. The Raiders have allowed an average of nearly 270 passing yards and over 20 fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. So Herbert, at this point, is almost a must start. He's been that good. And then Matt Ryan, he's been a bit up and down over the last few weeks, but I do like the matchup this week against Denver. A total of 6 quarterbacks have scored at least 18 fantasy points against them this season, including 3 who have scored over 21 fantasy points. Could be a high-scoring affair. I also like Drew Lock as a DFS sleeper in this game, but Matt Ryan is a nice starter in redrafts.
All right, I like the sleeper pick this week. Thank you, Fabs. All right, well, 2 more quarterbacks on your list are Tom Brady versus the Jets and Matthew Stafford versus the Vikings. Let's talk about the QBs fantasy managers should stay away from, though, Fabs.
This is the 3rd straight week I'm saying to sit Drew Brees. And Kaitlin, the first 2 weeks, I was dead wrong. He has been putting up great numbers despite the fact that he has no wide receivers. But I'm going to be stubborn. I'm fading him again against the Buccaneers. Their defense held Brees back in week 1, Teddy Bridgewater and Aaron Rodgers to fewer than 15 fantasy points. In fact, Aaron Rodgers had fewer than 4 points against them back in week 6. This Buccaneers defense is for real, and I am sitting Drew Brees, maybe to my detriment. We'll see. And then Phillip Rivers, he's been really good. His last 2 games, 6 touchdown passes, averaging 23 fantasy points per game. He's been pretty good. But those games were against the Bengals and the Lions, right? Not elite defenses. Next up, he's got the Ravens. They've allowed just 2 quarterbacks to score more than 19 fantasy points against them this season. So as good as Rivers has been lately, he is a fade for me based on the matchup.
Yeah, stay away from that Ravens defense. All right, well, other QBs to avoid this week on Fab Sit-em list is Daniel Jones and Teddy Bridgewater, who faces the Kansas City Chiefs. Fabs, thanks so much for your insight. Appreciate it. For more of Sports Illustrated's award-winning weekly player rankings, get your membership to SI Fantasy Plus for just $14.99 a month.